Hey guys, what's up? I love this game. I love Final Fantasy XIV. I want to see it succeed. I love the developers and I appreciate the effort that they're putting into making new types of content for us to approach. I hope that no one misinterprets this video. And so I'm putting that out the gate. Now for the actual start of this video is I actually genuinely do believe that Chaotic Alliance raids are probably the worst content to introduce new players into raiding into Final Fantasy XIV. And for people who are like, wait, did he really say that? I'm not mincing words. I actually think that this is probably the single worst piece of content to use to introduce players into raiding. Obviously you have a few more minutes of video that I'm going to explain that. But I want to say, because I really did believe that this had the chance to like really impact raiding forever, I think that it may still impact raiding forever for a lot of people who have tried it and who probably will never touch raiding again, because I think that this puts a very solid finger of pain, a very big pain point, and just jams that finger, wedges it right into the back of their like spine. Like I don't think this content is healthy for the game in its current state. And I say that just to be quite clear, after getting my own clear. So before people are like, you're commenting and you didn't clear it, I actually put myself through it, and that's why I'm going to speak very confidently on these issues, because I am surprised I have a full head of hair still. I thought that my ass was going to go bald from this. So I did these recordings a few different times because I'm trying to think how I can convey some of these frustrating pain points in the best way possible. First thing you could argue isn't really a thing of the fight, but you know what? You will be bit in the ass by it. Absolutely, you will be bit in the ass by it. Okay, so you get 24 players in there. Realistically, until I see 12 people clear it, I really do believe, at least with current strategies, there is no fucking way that you're wanting to have less than 24 players. So you're in the fight. Oh shit, Alliance C just had a DPS leave. Oh shit, now the rest of Alliance C is just left because they want to replace people, because like I said, it's going to be pretty tough to do it without 24 players. For those who do know, swaps. For those who don't know, just take my word for it. It makes things messy. But people can adjust. Shut the fuck up, they fucking don't. Bullshit. Been killed so many times with that bullshit. And so all of a sudden now you're again waiting in Party Finder. Elevator music plays. Okay, well you see, I just now need the DPS slot to oh wait, this other person left. Oh shit, the other people. Wait, oh my god, all of Alliance B left. Oh shit. And for each and every single one of those people, their exact job is going to be locked to that slot. So if you say had a Sage leave, it's going to be locked to a Sage. If you had like a Viper leave, it's going to be locked to a Viper. And so the Party Finder leader gets that reset. And it's annoying to the Party Finder leader, but it's also annoying to the rest of the party, because if you're in a party, you just want the fucking party to fill so that you can actually just do the content. I don't think many people want to sign up for, I'm waiting, bored out of my mind, for this Party Finder to play simulator. I don't think that would be a successful endeavor. And so the Party Finder's busy trying to, or the leader's trying to reset the Party Finder all the time. And then, oh wait, the fucking Bard left from Alliance C. Well, you better reset that. And so that is your first exposure out the gate. And oh baby, you had better believe in PF there's gonna be people that be leaving even if you're on phase 1 prog and you die to phase 1 2 or 3 times. You're gonna have your ass right back in PF. And that is the introduction to this fight for a newer player. Have fun. Next up is strategies. And I think that it is fucking great that we have players who are experienced with the game, who are making these slide sets, that's these strategies, and they're trying to help the rest of the player base clear. I think they're great. You will not hear me put them down. They're great. CODCAR and its makers, I truly believe, are great, and that they put the initiative, they put in the time to make something to help people. I'm not going to put them down. However, the strategy I cleared with was Aurelia, starting with an A, Aurelia, and then the actual URL link has O1Z as its raid plan, first 3 characters in its unique string. To keep it short, these strategies are radically different. In phase 2, obviously phase 1 is pretty much the same, obviously, but for phase 2, these are radically different. And so if you're a new player that, say, did a full lockout on CODCAR, that knowledge isn't going to translate over to like an Aurelia group, obviously vice versa. And so this makes the number of party finders that you can join really, really significantly less. Obviously, unless you learn like multiple different strategies, but we are also gonna like hopefully acknowledge that these are new players and that that's a pretty bold estimation or approximation, especially when you consider that the exact roles and what you're doing is pretty I want to be careful. Like, for a new player, it's pretty different from Alliance A to Alliance C healer to Alliance B healer. Like, yeah, A and C have a metric ton of overlap, but if you're B versus A, you're approaching phase 2 pretty differently, and for a new player, that's not going to be trivial. And so, just by the nature of having to fill up these 3 different groups, whether you're A, B, or C is going to really impact your positioning quite a bit. You're not really given anything that's too static, and obviously, if you're wanting to prog through this with any level of expedience, you definitely are going to need to try and keep it as congruent as possible just for your own learning and muscle memory. Now I'm going to blaze through the body checks because a lot of people know the body checks already or will never care what the body checks are. Phase 2 has a lot of different body checks, and so the first one is going to be towers. Towers is defined very clearly on slide 4 of Aurelia. I have no fucking clue how people fuck this up, but they consistently do. Another thing is when people are getting chased by those AOEs, the mechanic quite literally is this: run clockwise a full lap around the fucking inner circle. That's the mechanic. But I have seen so many people mess that up. They've gone counterclockwise. They've stood there. There's someone standing in the way. They're not adjusting. And that's another thing. With the prios, it's tank, healer, DPS. But if you're a tank, MFer, you gotta move. You gotta move because people are waiting for you. And I really actually don't think it's that difficult. It's just like, just follow the order of it. But the issue is a lot of people just don't do it. And likewise, if the tank doesn't move, what, I'm supposed to just bowl over the tank? I've tried to adjust for it, and it ended up that the tank, as soon as I moved, as soon as my ass moved, the tank then was like, oh, duh, I'm gonna move. And then I was blamed for it. I'm like, bro, I literally almost failed this mechanic because you didn't move. And then the DPS also, remember, the DPS needs to move behind me. They're waiting on me. So it's like, move, please. And then another thing is swaps. And so for those who know it, you know it. But for those who don't, basically you get swapped from the inside of the arena to the outside to inside. And because the little like arena on the inside, those little platforms will break if you have 2 players on it, and you do want that tank, healer, DPS trio, you really need to be careful with this. Swaps done incorrectly really does mess up people. People say you can supposedly adjust. I have seen such bad adjustments, bro. Like, I don't even want to call them adjustments. I have seen, oh my god, I don't even want to say a word. It's just bad. Obviously there's other mechanics in this fight, but phase 2 definitely is much more heavy on it. Phase 1, obviously, don't be a jerk and have that little hand thing hit the middle of the group. Like, please take it out to the like sides. But this leads to, there's a fucking ton of what I would call body checks. And with 24 players, I will tell you, it's actually pretty fucking miserable. And now people are gonna be like, but you're a healer, just revive the bodies, dumbass. Okay, gotcha. So I'm, as an inside healer, gonna revive people from the outside on the inside, and I'm gonna just fill up the middle ring so that we really can't do the mechanics. Excellent observation, my good sir. No. The teleporter pad is only on the outside. Healer on the inside really is pretty helpless. If you see, let the bodies hit the floor, go on the center platforms. Just a heap of bodies. You can't revive them unless they're meant to be on the inside platform. In which case, you obviously revive them. But if you're the outside healer, you also are needing to do mechanics. And it's just like, I can't tell you how many times that I have tried to spam hard cast revive, but you're also doing your own mechanics and you need to go inside out. And then like she has like a rotating beam where she like, I don't know, she shoots shit out of both her like face and at the same time. Like, we're not going to ask about the second one. Girl has problems. But, yeah. Not so easy, especially when you consider Swift Cast. Yes, it has a 4-second cooldown, but other than that, you're on like a 7 to 8 second revive, and that sucks, unless you're Astra with light speed. And this kind of gets me into the next point, which is cascading deaths and the body checks, and it's really an issue, because let's say towers get failed. Well, the entire raid just blows up. That's a pretty clear body check. But let's say that you have a few people just make a few little errors. Like, let's say that one gets clipped by a bramble and that you don't, like, heal them. That player's dead. Well, that can quickly cascade into further and further and further deaths. And for mechanics like the swap, well, that starts to become really quite a significant issue, especially when you consider other things about healer revive, is that I should have probably mentioned earlier, is the platform here is fucking huge, bro. It's huge. There is a really good chance that even with my best effort, I cannot reach your body. And so if wherever your body is spat to hit the floor, you could simply be out of range. That's even presuming I'm an outside healer. Keep that in mind. Like, that's even presuming that that condition is met. And obviously that I can revive. Now, another thing is our new players, no, actually, maybe I should say it this way. Understanding points of failure in this fight is hard. Well, you see, you died to towers. Okay, who are the 3 people that don't know slide 4 in their tower positions? And why are they fucking it up? Like, where's the justice here? Like you, if you are ranged, you know where to go. If you are a healer, well, I can tell you, you know where to go. If you are a tank, you know where to go. How do you find out who messed up? Well, my group looked good. Okay, well, what about the other 2 groups, bro? So that's part of the communication issues in this content that is really hard to understand. And obviously, I can go back in footage and, but maybe not obviously, because you know what? Sometimes I can't, because sometimes my camera isn't panned in that direction because I'm more focused on my side of the arena and me on the south side not getting hit by those what you call 50% cleaves on each side, and then bait spread, and then tower. Like, I'm more worried about that. So even, but presume we have magical footage where I caught it. Most new players are not gonna be recording their footage. In fact, I would need to check it. Note, I could be wrong, but I think that, like, we had that, like, duty recorder added years ago, but I don't think that it has Chaotic Alliance Raid in it, does it? But, like, reality is how many players, even veteran players, remember that we have a duty recorder if you go into, like, the inn. I bet a lot of people were just like, wait, what the fuck is that? Yeah, so, like, well, my point is, understanding the points of failure is pretty fucking hard in this content. And that's even coming from me. I mean, obviously, I want to say this obviously, if I have someone on the inner platform and I'm trying to do the clockwise lap around the circle, got it. That person's the asshole. Got it. But how is someone else in the Alliance raid supposed to know that? Well, either I need to do a massive call out and have a El Scandalo. Just straight up call out the guy. Or I just shut my ass up, don't get banned for harassment or whatever I'd get reported for, because holy shit, I do not criticize people in game. I don't even really criticize them in Discord. Like, I'll be like, oh, Dragoon. Like, it's never anything personal. It's just this asshole didn't do the mechanic. It has nothing personal. Like, it like, that is really honestly the truth. It's all just rating. It's not personal. But it's like, how do you communicate it to the rest of the group? But that's even presuming that I know what's going on, which, like, I can tell you through all my prog and my clear, 80 to 85% chance, I have no fucking bloody idea. I'm like, oh, whoa, I guess that there were too many deaths because I just got hit by, like, another spread, because, what do you call it? Her little black ball spreads that she throws out, like, those are, like, they hit different people, and it's, like, a set of 2 of them, but if you get hit twice, you go knocked out. So, like, that's how I've learned, oh, wait, there were dead people. And I suppose this is another body check. And now I want to really round this out with my own personal opinion. This raid was really unpleasant to do. And I am someone with some level of raiding experience. I love the game. Like I said at the start, I love the game, I love the developers, and I'm glad that they're trying new forms of content. But I can tell you, I am currently literally looking into the numbers, and I'm trying to determine, do I actually need the best in slot gloves with crit det on them? Because I bought the boots was my clear, but do I need the fucking gloves? Like, are the gloves actually going to make that much of a difference for free? Because I'm still progging it and have every intention to clear it. Might take me a while, but every intention. So I'm doing that calculation because I don't want to do it for all the issues raised here. And so I'd posit the question, how the fudge, like seriously, how the fudge do you think a new player new to raiding who experiences all these things, how can you tell me that you actually think that they're going to come back? They're going to be like, well, filling the party finder was a bitch. I'm dying to shit that I don't even know. People are stupid. The mechanics are easy. Because, like, that's one thing that I want to establish real fucking clear here. Let me even make it a timestamp. My brother. Casual players aren't stupid. Usually they are a casual player not because they hate the fucking game, because if they hated the game they simply wouldn't play it, but they're usually a casual player because they have a highly demanding job. So a lot of the casual players that people just so often wave to the side, they're not fucking stupid people. And so you put a raid planner in front of them, and let me open up slide 4 just to make sure that I'm correct. Main tank M1 and R1 goes north. Oh my god, I'm having an epiphany. Oh my god, R2, M2, and H1 go south. Whoa. Fuck off. Of course they know what they're doing. Like, and that's the issue, is they're like learning these mechanics. They're not difficult, and then they're dying to them, and so I'm getting frustrated at it. Like, how do people not know their fucking positions? This is supposed to be an enraged to clear prog party, not a prog, like it's enraged to clear clearing party, I should say. And how do you not know your tower positions? Like, it's unacceptable. And so don't fucking tell me that the casual player who's a dentist who runs his full-time practice, and I actually know one, so motherfucker, before you tell me, you don't actually know something, I actually do. Chaotic Alliance raid dog shit. Let's not, please, but you're gonna tell me a dentist can't figure out the tower positions. Fuck off. Like, please don't fucking say that to me. Like, come on. But, like, seriously, and this is gonna be me really trying to wrap this bow up. My god, my brain. This is gonna be me trying to wrap this video up with a bow. Chaotic Alliance raids, in my opinion, for everything that I said in this video, I think are probably the worst fucking form of content to introduce new players to raiding. The Party Finder is very obnoxiously annoying. We have a bunch of different inconsistent strategies. We have, for the different 3 groups, very inconsistent positioning, which knocks out muscle memory, which for especially a newer raider would be pretty important. I can say I like muscle memory, I like consistency, so that gets knocked out for them. There's a fuck ton of different body checks that are very, very, very fucking hard to figure out where and who is the asshole that fucked it up, unless it's plain as day in front of you. And then how do you even communicate that? Because remember, you don't want to be reported for harassment. And honestly, even giving constructive criticism to people, and I mean like actually not being a jerk, like you can add cute little cat face emojis and raw XDs. You'll still get your ass reported. So I mean, how do you even communicate it? Yeah, the Dragoon from Alliance B's a fucking idiot. Well, obviously not like that. well, you see the little dragoon from Alliance B was standing here, I'm banned. I don't think it's actually going to be that bad, but you guys get my point. And then it's just like, the mechanics aren't even that hard. So it's just like you're getting a casual player to be like, wow, I'm H1 in Group 1, and my tower I stand in is the South Tower. Oh my god, it all makes sense to me. It's the South Tower. Like for fuck's sakes, guys. But you see, that motherfucker is also gonna blow up to towers about fucking 50 times like I did. They're gonna probably be like, holy shit, how did people not get this? I keep going to the South Tower. Like, what more am I supposed to do? And yeah, I'm gonna read the asshole and say it. Player agency for this raid is gone. Like I just said in that example, I'm the healer and I'm going to the South Tower. How many different ways can I go to the South Tower? But I'm still gonna blow up to it 50 times. Player agency is basically scrapped in this fight. And I really don't think that that's an asshole thing to say. I think I'm being actually really probably the most honest that most people are gonna be with you. Player agency, where? I mean, if you're doing the mechanic correctly, and obviously it's a group game, obviously it's not fucking Elden Ring, but like with 24 people, me as a player who's played way too much of this game, I can tell you, holy fuck, I felt helpless for a lot of this, and that's also why I'm looking into, do I actually need the gloves? Like, and right now, I even think if someone told me it was like a 3% difference, I still wouldn't do it because this is such a nightmare. Now to cap off the video, Yoshi P is a fantastic developer. The development team is awesome. I love this game. I want to see it succeed. Me saying any of this is not me trying to rip into the game. I fucking love this game. I love the developers. This content, however, I don't think is... I don't think that this is appropriate for introducing new players into the raiding scene. I think that for all the issues I listed here, that it is probably going to scare off a lot of people, if I'm honest.